Well, meanwhile, at 8:37, coronavirus cases continue to rise in Kansas and Missouri.
Johnson County has reached what we call the level of community transmission.
This is deadly serious, with both lives and livelihoods hanging in the balance. The decisions we make in the coming weeks and months, including the order in which we make them and the pace at which we implement them, will determine what Kansas looks like after this pandemic has run its course.
Wyandotte County is also entering the first phase of their reopening plan. It's in line with Johnson County and Jackson County.
Leaked information from the White House's pandemic task force to NBC News shows Kansas City is on the list of locations to watch as the number of new COVID-19 cases nearly doubled last week.
It's a stressful time right now for people who are unemployed, waiting to go back to work. Meanwhile, the bills are stacking up with no way to pay.
We were supposed to close April 1st. And so leading up to that is when they started closing things like the libraries and restaurants and different things. And it became so, I mean, I'm always aware of it, but I can't believe how overwhelmed I was by the fact that in the mornings when we would load up the vans, there really wasn't any place to take anyone to be for the day. Because most of the time they would go to the library or fast food restaurants or maybe even just hang out, you know, for a while in a Walmart or somewhere. And there wasn't anywhere to go.
Cleanup from these storms, that cleanup is taking a bit longer.
Well, I'm in my third year now living in my car. 3 years ago, I lost my last place, and because of an eviction I had in, after I lost my leg, I stayed in a nursing home for 9 months till May of 2012, and then I stayed for 4 years at a high-rise apartment at 10th and Central in Kansas City, Kansas. It was a pretty poor part of town, but I grew up in Kansas City, Kansas, so I'm used to that situation. But so, I had to get used to living in my car, and now I've had to get used to the idea of dying in my car because the eviction doesn't go away and it cancels you from every opportunity that you might have for getting an apartment somewhere. And I don't even apply anymore for apartments because the first thing they have you do is fill out a financial application, and up comes your eviction, and they just go no, and they won't even talk to you after that. That's that. And so I'm living in my car, and so starting, I guess, a week from today, I'll be back to living in my car again. But it's not much of a life, because most of your life is spent in a parking lot staring at the sky or the other cars. Or I park by doors so I can watch people come and go, or by the street where I watch traffic going around. And you get used to it. People are interesting to watch, so I've learned to live with it.
Can you walk me through a day in your life before the coronavirus pandemic?
Get up, go to work, go home, sleep, get up, go to work, come home, sleep.
Where were you working?
I did work at a warehouse that did like aftermarket parts for like RVs, campers, and other various automotive parts.
Has that stopped since the coronavirus?
That is correct.
Well, let's see, I'm homeless, so it's not like I have a normal place to stay, so I spend a lot of time in parks, library, do a lot of reading. Finding a decent meal, you know, that's pretty much about it.
What has your life been like during the pandemic?
It's pretty boring, being stuck here. Not a lot to do. I do a lot more reading, watch a lot more TV than normal. Try to stay sane.
Sleep a lot, do math because I like math, it's kind of a hobby. Eat a little, sleep a lot, do a little math, eat a little, sleep.
We're working really hard trying to place everyone that is here, and we've done quite a bit, I think. But the wording needs to be different when they say we're going to put a stay-at-home order in place. It's just like, what if you don't have a home? Where are you supposed to stay?
I've been homeless on and off for about the last 10 years, so it doesn't bother me. This is the first time I've actually spent pretty much the whole winter in a shelter. Usually I'm on the streets, have a campsite somewhere. I survive pretty well.
It's 3 hours to like 3 numbers.
This is not for you.
See it all?
My praise for the volunteers here, that's something you might want to mention. It wouldn't be the same if there weren't such good people here in charge of it and working here, but they all really want to do it. And I mean, more power to them. I mean, you have to be a person that likes to give to know how they can do it. But some people just do that.
I've always joked with Barb, this is the only shelter I've been in where I'm going to leave with more crap than what I showed up with. Or I weigh more than what I did when I got here. It's, I don't want to say fun, but it's been enjoyable. I mean, it's not as, from what I've heard of the other shelters that are down in KCMO, this is much better. Because down there I've heard it's really rough, or it can be.
Hopefully, you know, we'll have most people placed in something that's a little more permanent, but there's going to be people that's not going to be the case. There's going to be people that are going to camp, you know, and of course I worry about their safety and their health and just their overall well-being. Really, same things I always worry about. You just add this virus to it and it makes it worse.